My name is Paminas Wainaina. I am the head of recruitment at Corporate Staffing Services. Today's topic is, what do you say when an employer asks you during the interview whether you have a question for them? Do you tell them no, pick your bag, or pick your folder and disappear? I don't think that's the best thing to do. Remember, the client or the employer has asked you 5 to 10 questions related to yourself. It's only fair that you show them also you had 1 or 2 questions to ask. So what are the common questions that candidates ask, which I don't think are good? Number 1 is asking anything related to salaries, or money for that matter. Number 2 is asking questions related to the working hours. So if you come out and ask salary, you should always leave the salary issue for the employer to prompt you. Why? Because it shows some interest. The employer would want to take the conversation to the next stage. Don't appear desperate. Again, still on the same issue of salary, that's not the time to ask about the benefits, the leave days, whether there's a medical cover, whether there are allowances or things like that. That should come later. And especially if it's your first interview, most clients, unless they are really interested with you, they'll not bring up the issue of salaries and benefits. They'll wait that for another moment where they can have an extensive discussion with you. In terms of working hours, it shows that you are really not committed, because jobs are different. There are people who come in really settle fast and they can really utilize the 8 to 5 working hours. There are some who come and they need some learning to do, and it might mean working extra hours. So I don't think that's the best time for you to bring the issue of money and time. So some of the questions that you can ask and you really come out as professional is, number 1, and you shouldn't fear asking this, is this a new position or was there someone before me? And if there is, why did they leave? That shows that you don't fall for any position. You don't want really to know the reason. If this someone was terminated, then you can ask for the reason. And even if sometimes the employer may not be at liberty to discuss internal matters, but it can be able to show you that this is a performance-driven organization, and if you don't meet certain KPIs or targets, you're not really going to stay there. If someone was promoted, what does that show you? It shows there's room for growth. You can also ask questions related to performance. You can ask them, among the duties that you've outlined, what are the most important? Because in a job description, you might have 10 to 15 duties, but there are those ones which the employer considers core. So if the employer tells you number 1, 2, 3, then you're able to know if you're to join the organization, this is what you're able to concentrate on. Another question you can ask is maybe, how do you reward good performance? But here that is touching on maybe money and other benefits. What it shows that it's first you're thinking of delivering, and then after delivering, you'd obviously want to be. There must be a reward for it at the end of the day. So it's not just one way. It's a two-way traffic. So it's very important for you at the end of the interview to show that there's some information you'd also want to hear from the employer.